A beautiful day to you and welcome to the podcast Limitless Monday with Omolola Gbenle. Limitless Monday is an inspirational book created for your everyday life. The book is full of insights and inspirational stories to help you live a productive life. Some of these episodes are from the book Limitless Monday. So get a copy for yourself today. Good day, Ma.
Good day, Ife.
I'm so excited for what you have to say to us today, Ma. Now let's you get into it quickly.
Okay. Good day, everyone. It's been a very wonderful time having to record this podcast and having you and carrying you in my mind. Just like we discussed earlier, that purpose should carry a face and a name. This podcast carried you in my mind. And every discussion that we have and every discussion we made known to you or that I'm talking about, it's always a life story, something someone had experienced and we have gained insight from, something somewhere someone had tried and it had helped, and you know it has helped such life. That is that kind of a person that I am, looking out for life stories that has, you know, lifted people up, lifted others up. And in that process, we also share it among ourselves so that at one point or the other in our lives, when we are facing such situation, we can remember how other people scale up and we also can use you know, their experiences, the wisdom, the insights that they use. This day, I'm talking about defining leadership style. Leadership is all about influence. If you can't influence someone for good, you cannot lead. And as I've said before, you do not need a title to become a leader. As long as you can lead the person at your right hand, you can influence the person at your right or the person at your left to do the right thing, you are a leader. You do not need a title. Right where you are, in that position where you are, in that locality where you are, if you can influence someone from throwing trash on the floor, on the road, you could come around and tell them, oh, when we do this, the rainfall will push this dirt into the drainage and drainage will be blocked. And at the end of the day, the water will flow back to the streets and it will not going to help our health. It's not going to help in driving. It's going to help in walking. If you can just influence someone from throwing that trash to the drainage, you are a leader in that capacity. You are. So leadership is all about influence. How will you influence me? If you can't influence anybody, forget about leading. You are taking a walk in the park. You are not leading anybody. If you can't influence anybody, you can't come around and bring in an idea and say, okay, look at it from this angle. You are living in a neighborhood. Look at it from this angle. You are not taking responsibility to make sure the problem is solved. But your own is ever to complain. Your own is ever to castigate. You are not leading anybody. You could have the best title ever. They can even sworn you in. But if you have not been able to do any of these things, you are not influencing anybody to go in the right path. You are not being able to go to the street and talk to the guys on the street why they should be a better person, why they should and help them in becoming better. And they are in your locality, they are in your local government, and you are the chairman. And there's always trouble at your local government, and you have not been able to go there and tell them and influence them in a good way. You're not leading anybody. But that man, that girl, that woman that has a corner shop somewhere that is able to direct people and say, no, we won't go this way. Don't do it this way. Oh, go that way. Don't throw the dirt in this way. Oh, you children, leave the road. You children. And they obey and they are following what that woman is saying. That woman that is just selling by the roadside is a leader any day, anytime. So it's important that you understand what leadership is all about. And so leadership, all of us have different styles at which we bring out our leadership skill. Everybody has different style. But the goal at the end of the day is that you influence correctly and people yield to what you are saying. That's the goal. You can use different styles, but the goal at it is that we get results. That's the goal. So, but if at the end of the day there's no result, you are not leading. You are just acquiring wealth, and you are just being named, given a title, and that title can be stripped off you. It's meaningless to people because your life is not giving anything back to them. So this day, while I was writing this leadership, define our leadership style, it took me back to when I was working in the banking industry. I remember I was doing my industrial attachment in that bank, and I have this boss, all day long, he will go about engaging in small talks in and out of different offices. And this is the guy that's supposed to sign some documents that are very, very crucial. So documents we will use in making the drafts, documents in which we will use in making checks for people, making drafts for people. He's the one that's supposed to look into their accounts, make sure they have enough money, sign that request that they make before we, the officers, goes ahead and make those drafts and other stuff. This guy will be talking in day out. He has made mistake, and when he now want to sign, he had made so much mistake in putting a signature on the wrong thing. It is by the grace of God and by we that were subordinate that would detect it and say, "Oh God, no." You can imagine. That's a leader. Then he would delay approval of document. People will be waiting for hours. What could be done in minutes, they will be waiting for hours to get it because they are waiting. Not these days when online they can, a teller can even approve some things at their own, within their own caliber of office. They can approve something without waiting for anybody. But those days, everything is taken to the table of your manager to sign. You cannot imagine such manager. Other member of staff work will be, because of his own inactivity as a leader, he will render everybody useless. He will delay work, everything. And I could remember, so my sister had said our own case was even worse. She too worked in the bank, and her own boss would just disappear during the day. She would disappear. She would go to all markets to shop for everything that she needs, everything that she wants. She will shop everything. Then she will return back at the close of work. That's when she wants to start her own work for the day. And now be saying, "Okay, what have you done? Let me see your report. Let me see," and delay everybody from going to their house. Lot of newlywed people will be delayed. Their children that are small, they will be delayed. They cannot go home until 10. Those days of banking closing in 10, 11. This Oga will not care. That's our own life. That's our own leadership style. That's it. And so you just imagine lots and lots of stars that does not bring in results. If it affects people's family lifestyles. Children are being kept in daycare for hours because their parents cannot go and pick them because their Oga has delayed them unnecessarily. Children were even being taken from normal school, after normal school daycare, to another after school daycare again. Another one. I could remember those days. It was horrible. It was really an horrible time. Thank God that things have changed now. People can work from home. They can have some time to themselves. You don't need to. They can do hybrid. They can be in the office. Everything is now different. Life is now better. But despite all that, we still have some people who have all the time to themselves, and their leadership style is still porous. because they will not just do what they ought to do at the right time. To deliver, they are given jobs to do. Their job is tied down to another person, to do another office, but they will use theirs to deliver. Everybody living is given opportunity to write their story, including the leader. Life is a treasure, more than ever before. Be the best boss ever who always has the back of your team member. Make this borrowed time enjoyable and meaningful. Life is a gift that should be cherished as we push for growth, productivity, increase in numbers, and more ground to gain. Keep in mind that you can't do any of these things without the help of your team. And that is the reason why you must consider them. So some leaders knows that they have everything in place. Someone to buy this for them, do their laundry, do their cooking. They know they have everything put in place. So they can choose to be at, but your subordinate is working with time. There's a time the subordinate must close to pick their child. There's a time they must be in the market. There's a time they must cook. There's a time they must do everything. I can understand this whereby you have to work overtime. Those are understandable, but not when it becomes a tradition. Lateness and slackness become a tradition of your department. And so you are making all your followers, your team members, to become so frustrated. It's not done that way. You have to wake up and rearrange your leadership style. As long as your style is not helping those on your team, it's not producing the right result, it's not influencing well, it's creating havoc, it's creating delay, it's frustrating. You have to sit down and recreate that style and how it can be benefit, prosperous to everybody. So there's this guy that was working into establishment, and he was being asked, how do you find yourself there? He said, I love my job here. He said, why did you love your job? He said, I love my job because every leader that walk around the establishment and walk past my department will ask me, how are you doing? How are you doing? What do you need? How can we help you to make your job better? They are not even my manager. They are not there, but they are just a manager in the organization. But they still believe that this department is theirs. The prosperity of this department is the prosperity of the organization. So they will come and ask me, and it makes job easy and life smooth. He said, but in the other organization that I also work, their own leader there are just looking for loopholes on how to punish you, on how to reduce your money, on how to cut off your pay. That's their own leadership style. So we need to really stand up to work in life, to be given an opportunity to work. It's dignity. It dignifies us. It makes us fulfilled. It makes us to move forward in life. But when that opportunity, that position, you are using it to create havoc, it's demeaning as a human being, because you are created to be life-giving person. So sit down. If you don't know about leadership, please read. Some might just found themselves in some position they know nothing about. Yes, we know some such leaders. But that doesn't mean you should stay that way. You can go and study other people. Go and read more about leadership so that you can be able to appropriate right. You can read. You can understudy people. You can ask questions. You can go for training. No one is born with leadership traits. We all learn it. We pick it up here. No one is a born leader. We all learn it here. When we got here, when we find ourselves among people, you will learn it. Go and learn yours, how to be a good leader. Go and read. Go and study. Go for training. Learn. When you do all this learning, it will help you, mold you into the right leader you are supposed to be. I hope this will be of help to all of us, because we are all called and called into leadership in any area that we find ourselves. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ma. You said a lot of things today. You cannot influence someone you cannot lead. And it takes a good boss to love your job. So, as an individual, do you love your job or are you a leader making work bearable for your staff? It all depends on you and your style. That will be all for today. Have a productive day. Bye.
Right.